welcome to the Coder's Desk. Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to learn the loop control instructions. So what are loop control instructions? What is a loop basically in plain layman English terms? Loop is nothing but repeating a set of statements, repeating an action, say, or something over and over again. Now it's a control instruction and we cannot repeat a something infinitely. The system will crash, right? So we have to repeat an action or something until a condition is met. This is nothing but your loop control instruction. The three different types of loop control instructions in C are while loop, then there is for loop, and third one is the do while loop. So let's just see what each one does and what is the difference between them all. Let me just, why is the cursor not moving? Okay, let's just see what while does. While what it does is, while some condition is true, condition is true, it executes a set of statements. Now because we cannot run a set of statements in an infinite loop, we need to achieve the breaking condition for that loop. The condition needs to break at some point of time in its execution period. So we need to have an initializer from where it will start the code, where it will begin its execution, begin its execution. We need to have an incrementer. Which will increment the number. For example, if I want to print 1 to 10, then I need to increment I from 1 to 10, right? I need to have an incrementer to do that. And then we have a condition test. Say for I have to loop till I has reached 10, so less than 11. If it is less than 11, keep running the flow. So this is nothing but your while. So what happens is, if your I is initialized to 11 in the start itself and your condition is I less than 11, this loop will never execute. It will execute 0 times. If your I is 1, it will execute 10 times, and so on so forth. Now for loop does same thing, only a bit differently. It has this initialization is done outside before the while loop begins. This incrementation is done inside the loop, and condition is tested over here after the while word. In for, we have the initialization done over here itself. The first argument is the initialization, second argument is the condition test, and the third argument is the incrementer. This could be I plus 2, I is equal to I plus 2, and so on so forth. And here the set of execution statements. The statements that are to be executed needs to be written over here. So even here, if my I was initialized to 11, the loop would execute, and my n was 10 or say 11, my n was 10, sorry, then my loop will execute 0 times. If this was only less than and this was 11, like your while loop, then my loop will execute, even then my loop will execute 0 times. If my I was 1 and my n was 11, my loop will execute 10 times. Now in do while, something different, a little bit different happens. Here is the statements, and after the statements are executed, at the end of the loop it tests the condition. So, and here is the initialization, int I is equal to 1, say, for example, and here is the incrementation, I is equal to I plus 2, and here is I is less than 11. This is the condition test. Now if my I was 11, it will enter the loop, it will execute the statements, it will increment I is equal to 13, and it will check. After the loop has executed once, it will check the condition. So even if the condition is not met, it will run at least one, unlike the for and the while loop, which executes 0 times. Right? This is the difference between the while, for, and do while loop. We will see some examples on now we will get into the actual coding, how to build logic and stuff like that in the coming videos. Till then, have a nice day. If you like the video and found it informative, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time. Bye bye.